And now, ladies and gentlemen, Steve Penk's Radio Nightmares.
Oh, yeah.
This is Steve Penk, and welcome to more Radio Nightmares. Now, when you're live on the radio, whatever happens, you really have to keep going. Even if you get the hiccups.
Membership of the United Nations is open to all peace-loving nations which accept the obligations of the United Nations Charter and in the judgment of the organization are able and willing to carry out the obligations. The original members of the United Nations are those countries which signed the Declaration by United Nations of January 1st, 1942, or took part in the San Francisco Conference, and which signed and ratified the Charter. Other countries can be admitted by the General Assembly upon the recommendation of the Security Council. 9 countries have thus been admitted. The present December 1952 number of members is 60. We have a drink of water. No, thank you very much.
You are listening to Steve Penk's Radio Nightmares.
Hello, you're on the air.
Today's letter is from Miss C.S. And Mrs. C.S. has a problem with her husband. He hasn't been coming home at night and giving her too long. I have got to explain to you, ladies and gentlemen, that he's an impossible person and he's been making me laugh on the air, and I have promised that I wouldn't do it anymore. And I'll continue talking. Now, I'm very sorry. I think maybe we ought to go to music, and I'll come back and I'll do my later.
Christmas means many things to many people. To some, Christmas means glittering lights, gaily wrapped gifts. That's right, sounds of laughter and good cheer. To the folks at Preparation H, it means a time to pause for a few moments to give thanks to their friends who've been so kind and generous. So from Preparation H to you and yours, a very Merry Christmas.
Sergeant Earl Taylor of the Franklin County Sheriff's Office says the storm hit around 7 o'clock.
WHIO news time is 7:09.
Okay, here we go with another cash call on Better Music 6 p.m. We're calling the Harper household. $1,240 here for the right amount of cents. If the Harpers can tell us, the money is all theirs. Hello, Mrs. Harper.
Well, it's Miss Harper here.
Oh, Miss Harper, it's John Burgess calling from Better Music 6 p.m. I'm making a cash call this morning. If you'd have been listening to my radio show, you would have heard me mention the cash call amount of the hour, which was $1,240. If you can tell me how many cents there are on the end of all that money, Miss Harper, I'll give you the lot.
$1,240.
And how many cents do you think?
In all?
No, it's a number between 0 and 100. $1,240 and a certain number of cents. Have a guess.
1244000.
No, it's got to be some. It's got to be some amount of cents. A number between 0 and 100. You know when you buy something and it's $13.50, $13.50.
Well, changing dollars to
No. Ma'am, I'm not asking you to change anything to anything. It's the amount I'm looking for is $1,240 and a certain number of cents. There's a certain number of cents on the end of all that money. If you can tell me how many cents, I'll give you the lot.
Oh, 50.
No, it was 6. Sorry, I can't give you the dough. We'll send out a $50,000 instant lottery ticket too, if we may, and I hope you have some luck with that.
Thank you very much.
This is Steve Penk's Radio Nightmares.
Lean back and relax. Get up and dance. It's Dick Clark's Rock, Roll, and Remember on one of the... Lean back and relax or get up and dance at Dick... Lean back and relax or get up and dance. It's Dick Clark's Rock, Roll, and Remember on W1... Lean back and relax or get up and dance at Dick's... Lean back and relax!
It's exactly 8:30, and if we had a newsreader here, he could read the news summary. But we don't, so he can't.
Steve Penk. Nobody thinks more highly of him than I do, and that'll give you some idea, because I think he's a tit.
It's a fascinating place, and it's got a lot of atmosphere, so that as soon as the children go into the house, then they... Excuse me, got some Lakeland background noise here.
It's lovely. It's atmospheric, Terry.
Yes. And, sorry about this.
That's all right.
I'm being at home. Hang on. Hello.
Right, you were saying as soon as the children go into the house.
Yes, it's a house dating from the early 1600s, and was a pub before Wordsworth went into it. So that it has a lot of atmosphere in itself, and then most people feel that...
Yeah, I think we're going to have to lose the barking dog, I'm told.
Okay, I'll leave it. I'll just go and get the dog, go in the garden.
Thanks a lot.
Okay.
Julia? We turned the lights out, and I'd been asleep about half an hour, I suppose, and I woke up with a start and felt something on my pillow, and the cockatoo had come up the stairs in the dark, and he climbed onto my bed, and he was sitting on my pillow with me. And that's quite true.
I didn't think I'd be talking on company this afternoon with a lady who not only goes to bed with her dear husband, but a cockatoo on the on the pillow as well.
Right, there's number 3 left, so what number would you like?
Number 3, please.
I'm very pleased you said that. Metallic zippers, which were patented by Whitcomb... I don't believe it! I don't believe it. It scared the living daylights out of me.
RSPCA officials have condemned a man who ate a bucket of live worms to raise money for charity. Llewellyn Diamond downed 50 insects from the compost heap in his garden in Swansea and followed them up with a handful of lugworms. The 52-year-old, who also claims to have consumed spiders, ate the stomach-churning meal in front of regulars at his local pub. He said it was just like downing a bowl of spaghetti. But the RSPCA has accused him of cruelty.
Steve Penk's Radio Nightmares.
Wow.
You keep on apologising for being a vegetarian.
I'm not apologising,
Why do you keep saying it? You have said it so many times now. I think everybody's sick and tired of hearing that you're a vegetarian. We know you're a vegetarian.
I'm sick and tired of hearing your remarks, quite honestly. Aren't there any other callers that want to speak about the subject?
Yes, there are. If you'd like one, and if you could keep your mouth shut for a minute, we might have one. Rod in Belsize Park.
I don't like your attitude, actually.
Well, I'm sorry, but that's the way it is.
After the news, I've got the guest, David Michelson, who is a jazz harmonica player, and I know you're going to love listening to things he's got to say and hearing some of his first ever played music on the air. So tracks from a new record. And also we have your sayings of yesteryear. But now we're coming up to 10 o'clock when it's time for the news, international and local news with Radio Sussex. And at the moment, we've just lost the news, so I think it's time to play another little record in for you, all right?
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hello, you're on the air.
You are listening to Steve Penk's Radio Nightmares.
We'll have some fun.
The outlook for tonight, for tomorrow, is clear intervals developing, winds moderating. Or moderating, even. Interesting spelling on this weather forecast.
14 Celsius, 57 Fahrenheit by dawn, when some patchy fog is likely for a time.
The warmest place was Poole, 12 degrees there. The coldest was take 3, you know what I mean, 4 degrees. And the wettest was Shanklin in the Isle of Wight. Eskdale Muir was 4 degrees. I'm sure that you wanted me to finally make it. That's the weather for this morning at 8 minutes.
Cloudy for the rest of the night with mist and fog on the hills.
It's not raining hard, but it's a heavy drizzle, a fairly wet rain.
The weather, Wales and Western England, will be mainly cloudy, but it should clear later.
Which part of England do you come from?
Wales.
Front page of the Daily Whale. Did I say the Daily Whale? I actually meant the Daily Mail.
What's it spouting about today, Annie?
It's spouting Wales. Brightness the Whale was at the centre of an international tug of war.
How did she adjust to the 20th century, Jahan?
She loved it. She welcomed change, and I think, again, that's where she differed from many members of her family.
She loved the young, and she wanted them to be able to fly in aeroplanes and go in motor cars, and indeed, she herself took to bicycles and went for rides in cars, things which were unheard of in her early youth.
Well, I beg your pardon, we seem to be having trouble with our playback machine, and until we can rejoin Vincent Kane and the book section of Meet for Lunch, here's a little music.
You are listening to Steve Penk's Radio Nightmares.
Hello, you're on the air. Good luck.
Okay.
We're going to play the game. You know the rules.
Right.
2 points if you get it right. You lose a point if you pass or get it wrong. And we tot it up as we go along at the end of 30 seconds, starting now. What is calligraphy the art of?
Handwriting.
Who created the detective Maigret?
Georges Simenon.
Who sang about a dog called Shep?
Pass.
On which transport system would you need to negotiate locks?
The canals.
H20 is the scientific symbol for what?
Oh, pass.
Sorry, H2O. What am I doing?
Water.
He did the very best that he could. Are you still there?
Because your wife is on the phone, and she said I should intrude.
Yeah, could you just tell her that I'm in the middle of a radio interview?
Okay, sir.
Thanks.
And the final delay is a flight coming in from Malta. It's an Air Malta flight 4240. Scheduled arrival 2020, and the estimated arrival is 2220. Kathy Case from a noisy Bristol airport.
Oh my goodness, Kathy, it sounds like you're reporting from out on the tarmac.
This morning, all 15 ferries with British crews operating from Dover are tied up at different points about the harbour. Worst hit is the Calais route. Services to Dunkirk will be Norman.
Just one delay. The 8:28 from Parkway to Cardiff will be leaving 10 minutes late. And then on the ferries, seafarers. Seafarers. Can you...
I think anybody who drives a convertible in this climate is a dickhead anyway. Fancy owning a convertible in this country. Just trying to think whose car it was I saw parked out here the other day. Oh, yes. Just called Andrew Neil a dickhead.
12 people taken to hospital after a collision between a double-decker bus and an articulated lorry carrying a forklift truck. Police said the truck toppled onto the bus. Police said that the truck toppled onto the bus.
You know, there's thousands of people. Just disabled does not mean somebody walking around in a wheelchair.
And finally, a 68-year-old pensioner is recovering after spending 3/4 of an hour stuck headfirst inside a jukebox. Albert Emmett was cleaning at his local cricket club in Bristol when it happened. County Sun News, it's 1:20.
I'm asking the farmer himself to make these sheep disappear from my land.
Oswald Whistle, Kettle produced. Pendle Councillor Tony Greaves has made... And now the rest of the news. Pendle Councillor Tony Greaves has made a strong protest to Burnley and Pendleton... The Pendle Councillor Tony Greaves has made a strong protest to Burnley and Pendle joint transport.
The £1,000 number in this week's City Lottery is LO383.
Steve Penk's Radio Nightmares.
And that's your lot for this edition of Radio Nightmares. So don't forget to hit the subscribe button. You can get in touch, radionightmares@gmail.com or on Twitter @Steve Penk. And there's more Radio Nightmares next time.